Live. There we go. Now that is live. Hello, Moofy. Do do do. We are live. Eh, eh. Okay, let me make sure that people know about this. Boop. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, oh, I gotta share the screen with you, Carrie. Okay, there we go. Mm.
Introduction. What is this? I forgot.
um, okay, this is where we left off. Okay, should I start? Hmm. Gary? 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 Hello? Gary? You still there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Uh,
Not yet. What?
should I start?
I can start. I can start. Where are we? Are we doing that?
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, and just to say that last time it actually it actually ended with uh let's see, I think I was okay, that's right. They're like, "Hey, Lance, you want to help us get back to where we came from?" And he's like, "Not yet." And it just ended there because we don't have chapters in this one. Oh, and also let me get some Pokemon movie music started. Turn that volume down. Play that. Okay, yeah, I got that in the background. There we go. All right, good. Okay, Carrie, I'm going to delete this mark here. And okay, you can start.
Yep. Why not? Even if I did get you back there, do you think you could defeat him? A question mark. Do you think you could defeat him? You haven't even come close to beating his Pokemon yet. Alright, then what should we do? Just sit here and do nothing?
I think there's supposed to be a comma there.
Then, if you want to defeat Shaden, you and your Pokemon are going to need more power. And how are you going to gain that? I had special training to make you stronger. David opened his eyes and got up. What's going on? Who's that? David said, "This is Lance." David, this is Lance. He's going to help us. How? Once you have completed my training, I will return you to Moonlight Island, and you can battle him again. But I want to go back now. And what good would you do? Lance asked. I could. David stopped to think. I hate to admit it, David, but I hate to admit it, David, but he is right. We couldn't do anything against the guy. Then we are just gonna stay here and do nothing. No, I will train you both, but not now. It is too late. Time to go to bed.
Oh, he's like Yoda. He's totally pulling a Yoda on them. It's like, now we must eat.
Why bother? We won't be able to sleep, David remarked. Suit yourself. Lance left the room, leaving 2 trainers alone. I feel so useless here. I feel the same way, David, but we can't do anything right now. I guess we should do as Lance said. I just wish I know that my friends are okay. Wait a second, that the prophecy said that we will be.
That's not how you spell prophecy.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll be reunited. Didn't it? Hey, you're right. Knowing that, I feel a bit more up to the challenge. Yeah, and I feel a little bit more sleepy. Good night. Far away from in the giant black castle, Shaden had taken the tablet and was studying it. Blast it! I should never have let those trainers escape. So the descendant of Norran Dragonson is the one who is supposed to defeat me. Wait, he knows one guy who is actually okay. Oh wait, let me open the door. Sorry for the wait. Let's see. But I know it has to be one of those humans. Those humans are sent away. Therefore, I will have to destroy them all. Dark vision, window, arise. What the heck is that? That's almost adorable. Before Shaden, a window appeared. That was showing Jack. I know just who to start with. Now I know what I can use. His psychic power for minion. Someone was waiting in the shadows. Here, take this psychic power. See that the boy in the window? Yes. I want you to find him and get rid of him, of course. And take Houndor and hunt him with you. The dark figure disappeared with fire dogs. Wait till that boy finds out who he's facing. Shouldn't you, when you take Houndor and his tiny puppy, they are supposed to be weak to water or something because they are also fire?
Yeah, they are weakness to water.
Also, do you think that dogs will get irritated if you spray water at them? There's and then like that.
Yeah, they would. The next morning, Dan and David woke up to find Lance waiting outside. When do we start the training? David asked. Lance was staring at a mountain. Right now. Come over here and put out your hands. They put out their hands, and Lance handcuffs them together. Okay, I gotta get into this. In this story, Lance is kind of insane. He asks them to do all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm like, I don't think that would help them, Lance. But
maybe you can ask why little you thinking that holding hands is a good idea.
Little V, why is holding hands a good idea?
What has holding hands? What does holding hands has anything to do with what's that thing called? What has holding hands has anything to do with for God's sake, do with training your Pokemon? Yeah, there we go.
Let's see. What's going on, Lance? Dan asked. This is the first part of your training. Without using your Pokemon, you must. Okay, it's like a comma there. It's like. At this age, I didn't know where commas went. I didn't know how to properly use commas most of the time. So I was like, Anyway. Without using your Pokemon, you must climb over that mountain. What? They shouted. Okay, it's like, okay, yeah, I can understand that's going to strengthen them. And it will actually come in handy later, but Lance doesn't know that. For all he knows, Dan's just gonna be using his Pokemon. So yeah, I don't get half the training that Lance uses here. I look at my old self. I'm like, why did you do this? Anyway, what? They shouted? You're kidding, right? Dan asked. David asked. No, I'm not. No, you better get started. Come on, David. Let's get this over with. Like, this guy's an idiot.
This guy is crazy.
Aren't you going to take these cuffs off of? No, get moving. It's like, okay, I guess you want them to die then.
Oh, bye.
Dan and David started on their way to the mountain, leaving their Pokemon behind them. Dan, personally, I think this guy's nuts. David, I agree with you. No, that's not Dan talking, that's me.
Yeah, that guy is bananas.
Maybe, but he saved our lives, and this training is better than nothing. I beg to differ with that point, Dan. I think it may be worse than nothing, because nothing isn't going to endanger your life. Duo reached the mountain, and they began their long climb. In the Pokemon Center, Josh and Beth were talking to Professor Soft. It's like, okay, these two really won the teleportation lottery. They just got sent to a regular old city. Which is a really odd choice, I think, from my past self, but okay.
Is it going to be a broken down kind of creepy looking city or something?
Yeah, it should have been a really messed up city, not like a regular city. That's what happened, Professor. So, do you know anything about these dark Pokemon? Josh asked. It's like, oh, actually, I like to think that Shaded was like, it's like, you I will send into the ocean to die. You I will send into the Arctic to die. You I will send into the city where you can't afford an apartment at any rent level to die.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what happened, Professor. So, do you know anything about these dark Pokemon? Josh asked. I'm afraid not, but they sound incredibly powerful. It's almost like they'd be discovered at Johto within a year or something. No, seriously, they're all over Johto. They are, and we could be in big trouble if we don't find their weakness. It's fighting. And fairy, but that doesn't exist at the time. Also, Bugworks.
Yeah.
Sorry, but the only new type of Pokemon heard of is the Steel type. Steel? What do you mean? Recently, a whole kind of new Pokemon was discovered, and its steel armor makes it nearly invincible. Yeah, but it's gonna lose 2 of its resistances in a later generation. But unfortunately, these Pokemon are
By the way, what is Steel weak to? But
Steel, believe it or not, with dark and weak. Believe it or not, I cannot talk today. Believe it or not, Dark and Steel share a weakness. They're both weakness to fighting attacks.
Why though?
Which, come to think of it, I think fighting was only effective against. I think fighting was only effective against normal the previous generation. I think. So I guess it makes sense to give it more things it's good against.
How do they even make the elements work? I do know how elements work, but I don't get how Steel is weak against fighting. What do? You go and ask somebody to punch Steel and make it so hard to break.
Yeah, I mean, them being effective against rocks makes sense, but I don't know about Steel. Unfortunately, these Pokemon are very rare and hard to find.
Wait, did you say that Steel is effective against rocks? Sorry, I interrupted again.
No, well, it is, but fighting is also effective against rocks.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, though. Yeah, I mean, you can look at Avatar.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your help, Professor. Good luck, Josh. Josh hung up the phone and looked unsure what to do. What can we do now? I wish I knew. Dan and David had gone halfway up the hill and were exhausted. This is crazy. I'm so tired, David. Well, obviously, these two have not been going on a Pokemon journey on those 2 years off. Because they would not be tired if they were walking all over the place. This is crazy. I'm so tired, David complained. I'm tired too, but we can't quit now. Dan pulled David along until they reached... He pulled him along. Until they reached the very top. We made it at last! Well, what? There's like, I'm so tired. It's like, we did it. It's like, okay. Yes, and it's all downhill from here. Well, that's true. You're at the top of the mountain. Dan looked closer and realized a terrible fact. Actually, it's all downhill from here. It's a straight drop from here. Wait, what? Hold on. What? Oh, wait, okay. At first I was like, wait, but you didn't climb up a straight drop. It's like, oh. So it's like half the mountain's like a hill, like a very easy to climb up thing, and then the other half is just a straight drop. Okay.
So kind of like the cliffside in Land of the Lustrous, then you have to climb your way up, or the other way, you just walk up there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's all downhill from here. It's like, it's down cliff from here. It's a straight drop from here. No way. There must be a way down. Oh, sure, there's a way. And it's fast, too. Okay, that's a pretty good joke, don't you think? I actually really like this joke. Oh, there's a way, and it's really fast, too. Okay, past self. Not bad. Let's see. We'll have to climb down. You're nuts! I'm getting sick of you saying that. Now come on, we can do this. No way. You are stubborn. Okay, honestly, this is a really weird confrontation. I was like, I want to climb down the cliff. Well, I don't want to. I'm like, Lance, why are you making them do this? Okay.
Yeah, you would be like, what? You would be like, what does this have to do with training our Pokemon?
It's like, yeah, this has nothing to do with Pokemon whatsoever.
This reminds me of that moment that Ash has to train Pikachu with tail attack, and I was like, why does Ash have to do push-ups and stuff with Pikachu? Because Pikachu was the one that has to train the tail.
I always thought it,
like really.
Though I always thought it would be interesting if a trainer's power did affect a Pokemon somehow. But that's never really been established anywhere.
No, it's not until Arceus come out that you have to physically go dodge your attack and also punch God in the face.
Yeah. Okay, Carrie, it's your turn.
Okay, my turn. It's better to be stubborn than stupid like you. Okay, that's it. Then tackle Dan and then tackle the David. The David? I think you got a type of word.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be the David. It's like, oh, he's special. He's the David. No, just David.
Yeah. No, he's not. They roll down the peak, getting closer to the cliff. David fell over the side, but was kept falling by the handcuffs. Dan could feel himself slowly sliding off the cliff. He tries to keep from moving, but he is losing his grip and fell over with David. And falling fast, Dan grabbed a branch on the side of the cliff, and David got a grip on it. That's seriously, the Lance. Is that child abuse or something? Because that two hands is better than one hand.
Yeah.
Down the cliff together and take turns climbing and climbing and reach a flat resting spot. Okay. There's a guy who was actually, I think it's a lady who was trying to make a bed in the middle of a mountain that is like my thing is that is the the most iconic mountain in Hong Kong, and they try to sleep on the cliff for like one night or something. I don't know, man. It sounds pretty hardcore to me.
Huh. Wow.
Ooh, that was hard, David excelled. we're not done yet. Typo, I think we're not done yet.
This next line,
No,
I'm
you
going.
got like we are not. No, we are not done yet.
We're not done yet. It's supposed to be done, not don't.
We are not done yet. We work pretty good together.
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop for a second. I guess my point is like, well, they clambered up the cliff to get back to safety. That's why they can work well together. It's like, yeah, but they almost died after they got in an argument over nothing.
You guys are stupid.
You almost died. Yeah, you wouldn't have been put in that situation if you didn't fall.
So bloody embarrassing. Okay, yeah, let's get back to it. Now let's finish what we have started. They both got over the cliff and started the climb down. The climb down or to climb down? Or started to climb down to, I think, maybe?
Both works, because it's like, started to climb down, it's like, yeah, we're climbing down, but started the climb down is like saying, oh, it's a climb. We're doing this climb.
Okay. First Dan went, then David went, and they continued until they reached the bottom. Ants, we've made it to the bottom. Dan yelled. On that side of the mountain there were bush trees, some wildlife, and a large pond. Dan's answered back, "You have one more thing to do before this part of the training is complete. Go to the pond and toss a large rock in it." Dan looked around and spotted a big rock. He grabbed it and carried it to the pond and threw it in. "Hey, we did it as you said." The water began to bubble. First it was small, then the bubbles got bigger and a red creature arose from the pond. "What the heck is that thing?" David asked, trembling at the sight of it. Hope the Pokédex can help. Red Gyarados is a stronger version of average Gyarados. It is rare and more dangerous. And the Pokemon now.
Okay, hold on. I gotta explain some of this. So the red Gyarados is actually in Pokemon Gold and Silver, and basically it was in that game. Team Rocket is using radio waves to affect Pokemon, and it actually affects a Gyarados that turns it red, and you have to deal with it. But this story was created before Gold and Silver came out, so I only knew that the red Gyarados existed. I didn't know why it existed. So I guess my theory was just like, oh, it's just a rare and more dangerous Gyarados. That was what my theory was. So that's what I wrote here in the story.
Do they have shinies back then in the first generation, or they don't?
No, shinies were added in the second generation.
Okay. So, can we use our Pokemons now? David asked. No, you must beat the red Gyarados without help.
Okay, this is just child abuse right here. It's like, yes.
Gyarados stared at them, and they stared at it. Dan noticed a bump on his head at where the rock had hit. "Thanks a lot, Lance." The red creature roared, and his mouth began to glow. "It's using Hyper Beam, and we have to move now." The ray shot out of the mouth, and Dan and David jumped away. Hey, do you think that they're going to be like, if it's by modern standards, like right now, they're like, "We are sorry to throw a rock at you. Lance asked us to do that."
Yeah.
Sorry, please forgive us and eat Lance. What?
Yeah. Lance, you jerk.
To eat Lance because he's the jackass in here.
Lance is such a jerk in this story.
That will keep it charging for the next attack for a few minutes. How can we even stand a chance against that thing? Do you see what I see? We can use this poison sting to slow the thing down. Okay. David chased and grabbed the little worm. The what worm? Where did the worm came from? I will keep it this.
Well, they're around a grassy area, so it makes sense that there'd be random Pokemon around, I guess.
Okay. Can you imagine? You just grab like some caterpillar that was like the bee Pokemon, so maybe the butterfreeze Pokemon, and they just go young it at chuck it at the fish, and the fish is like, what is that? I will keep it distracted while you stick the Weedle in. The Gyarados was done recharging and or charging or recharging, but that's okay. Yeah, and his fierce eyes searching for the victim. Hey you! Hey! Yeah, then cried, making faces at it. The Gyarados fell for the trick and went after him. David got closer to it, closer and closer to it, getting ready to hit it with the Weedle, but just as he got close enough, the Gyarados turned around. Oh no, David is in danger. What will slow that thing down? Dan looked around for help and saw a large boulder on the edge of the cliff, but it was too high for him to reach. Also, they are also chained.
Yeah, oh wait, oh my gosh, did I forget the fact that they were chained together? Oh my gosh, I totally did, didn't I?
Yeah,
they're like off running around doing different things at different times, which is impossible because they're handcuffed together!
Or maybe you just make the handcuff chain really, really bloody long.
Yeah, it's like super long. It's like that might as well not even be there. Oh my gosh.
Or maybe the thing snap while they fall to the ground together, like ah.
But, but even if that were the case, I should have said so.
Do you want to change some of the things?
No, because there's probably a statement later where they're like, they take the handcuffs off, and then I'll be like,
But yeah, Dan looked around for help and saw a large boulder on the cliff, but it was too high for him to reach, and also too far away.
This, like, yeah, way too far.
And he saw that the Gyarados was long enough to reach it. David was fleeing from it as fast as possible when Dan started yelling at him. David, bring that thing this way. Why? Just do it.
It should already be coming this way because they're handcuffed together.
Wait. The direction of the boulder, Dan was hiding behind a bush. The Gyarados trapped David in a corner where it began to make another hyper beam. Wait, when did it shoot though? Because we didn't have it shoot.
I think.
Okay. Dan quickly jumped on his back. The creature wiggled to throw it off, but Dan had a good grip and slowly climbed up his back. Then on top of that, he jumped over to the boulder, got behind it. Yeah, your turn.
Okay. The Gyarados looked around and returned to David, getting ready to fire its lethal beam. But just above it, Dan was pushing the heavy boulder over with his feet. It toppled over just as Gyarados was about to fire the beam, but before it could, the boulder landed on its head and cracked it. It cracked. Hold on. It landed on its head and cracked. I think it's supposed to be into, not it too. It was stunned and wobbled. Also, did it crack the boulder in two, or did it crack the Gyarados' head in two? Not very specific, is it? It was stunned and wobbled I'm just gonna remove from and wobbled around. Now, David! David threw the Weedle, and it's sticking in its body. The weakened Pokemon fell to the floor. We did it! Weedle struggled and pulled itself out of the Gyarados. It started crying. Oh my gosh, these guys are abusing Pokemon and I don't like it. It's like Lance and Dan and David are kind of, well, I don't blame Dan and David because they were just trying to survive, but like Lance is such a jerk. He's like, here, throw this boulder on this Pokemon, and oh, you better use that Weedle against its will to like grab it and throw it in a Gyarados. I'm like, geez, these guys are assholes. But it's mostly just Lance's fault, to be honest. We did it! It started crying. Yeah, it sounds like buzzing. Oh no, do you think it's Beedrill? The Beedrill are coming! Oh, that's right, because like Weedle's like, they bullied me, and now the Beedrill are like, we will kill you!
that is because they grabbed the worm, right? Because
Yeah.
the Beedrill is like, bring my children back.
The giant. Let's see. Dan climbed down and joined David. Okay, I think it must be that the handcuffs got taken off. But I didn't say they were, did I?
No, you haven't said anything about it.
Good grief. Beetle come out. We have to get in the pond so they don't get at us. Don't get us there. Though honestly, how long those needles are, I wouldn't be surprised if they could just poke them in the water. Those things are huge. But I can't swim! David didn't waste any time. He grabbed Dan and they both dived into the water. For a moment, the Beedrill stuck their stingers in the water, but then they all flew away. After the danger was gone, they swam to the surface and breathed. Well, what was the whole point of the, like, I can't swim? That didn't seem to really matter at all. Lance, are we done? Dan shouted. Lance, are we done? Boop. Hold on. Dan shouted. Yes, and I am greatly impressed by you both. You somehow survived my attempt to murder you. Good job. Let's see here. You are? Really? Dan asked. Lance, what do we do about the Gyarados? David asked. One of you may capture it. You should do it, David. I can't spare any Pokemon on my team, and that red Gyarados could really help. Well, okay, if that's what you want. David replied, capturing it in a great ball.
You know that poor thing is going to hold a grudge at them, throwing a rock at them. It's not going to be water under the bridge. Seriously.
It's like, come on, Gyarados, well, let's go fight together. You threw a rock at me. But that's like most of the Pokemon.
There was that one in the second generation with a Tailor or Swallow. Yeah, that bird Pokemon that Ash catched, it was just like the Swallow Pokemon. He was like he was hurt really bad when you first captured him, and he was like, ah. The Ash caught him. That was but he still followed Ash at the end. You would think that back then it was cool, but right now he is like, did you do that? So much pain, and then he healed. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay for now.
Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Boop. I'm just gonna go over to. Should have done this earlier, but I'm just gonna send out a notification on our other channel. Do. Boop. Boop. There we go. That's done. Alright. And then just switch back. Okay. Now, where was I? Okay, if that's what you want. Now we move on to the second part of the training. Couldn't we eat first? Dan asked. Is food all that you ever think about? Lance inquired. The last time Lance had seen Dan, he was constantly hungry. Well, you didn't have breakfast, so let's go back. Yes, but what about second breakfast? Let's see. They returned to Lance's cabin, where both of the trainers and their Pokemon ate. Dan, exactly how did you get your Articuno? I found its mother on Seafoam Island, and she gave me her egg, and that's where Icewing came from. Your Kingdra is the first Dragon Pokemon I've seen that isn't in the Dratini evolutionary line. Until Tsunami evolved, I never even knew there was a Kingdra. I just wish I knew where Legend was. Your Dragonite? Yes, he's the only one who isn't with me now. It's time to get back to your training. What? Now? I think that's supposed to be a question like, what, now? First, both of you, tell me what your worst fears are. Oh gosh, don't tell them! Don't tell the boys! He's gonna use that against you! Don't tell him what your worst fears are!
No.
I'm afraid of tornadoes, Dan, a bit. Okay, you know what? This actually... I think I was more afraid of tornadoes when I was a kid. Because, like, I don't know. I just, like, watched some storm shows. And we got a few tornado warnings and stuff. And, thank goodness I didn't live in Tornado Alley or anything like that. But still, we had some tornadoes in our area when I was growing up. And I was always afraid of them. Like, oh gosh, tornadoes, we're gonna die. But as I grew older... I mean, I'm still afraid of them, but I'm more like, okay, it's probably not happening, so I shouldn't panic, really. So just be prepared, but don't need to be, like, panicking, you know?
Lance is an ass.
Yeah. Let's see. It's time to get back to training, blah, blah. I'm afraid of tornadoes, Dan admitted. Anything else? He doesn't know how to swim, David said. Ah, just what I was looking for. I am not afraid of water, Dan responded. David, what is your fear? That's supposed to be a question. That is a question. Meaning question mark. Nothing, really. Yeah, right. You should have seen him up on the top of that mountain. He was shaking in his boots. Okay, Carrie, it's your turn.
Wait, internet is dying. Please don't die. What the heck? What is going on? Ah! I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Good.
A fear of heights. Very well, we will work with those two things first. Is this a crash course on facing your fears or something?
Oh, yeah,
you
I
can't
think
just
so.
fix this in, like... I don't think that you can fix it in one day or something, because it's like a constant battle.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one of my friends is allergic to strawberries, but then she keeps eating it, and eventually her body was like, I'm no longer allergic to strawberries, and I'm like, aye.
It's like, wow, you can overcome an allergy like that? That's impressive.
I think that's what she did. She was like, yeah, I'm allergic to it, but then I really like them, so I keep eating it, and then I stop eating it, and I'm like, what the heck? A fear of heights. Very well. We work with those two first. Now, come outside with me. They went outside and Lance gathered all of Dan's Pokemon together. Right now, the first we will do is Dan's fear, Tsunami. Tsunami looked at a human wondering what he wanted. Dan, David, bring Tsunami with you and come with me. Dan motioned to Tsunami and Lance followed them to a river with many rapids in it. Are you going to ride Tsunami down that river? Dan asked a shaky voice. Of course not. Oh, good. They both sighed. I'm expecting to use this route to go down the river as Tsunami attacks you. No! Dan exclaimed. This way you and both your Pokemon will become stronger. Why? You want Tsunami to go feral? What does this have to do?
Lance, like I said.
Do with
Like I said, Lance is insane.
I think that it was just David and Tsunami. David and Dan are just being harder. They might be get stronger, but I'm not sure what the Pokemon would be stronger in there. Oh, okay, let's go.
Hold on, it just jumped.
Wait.
There you go.
Okay, let's go. David said uninspired. Oh, and one more thing. What is it? Dan asked, hoping Lance would call off this mad charade or challenge. Here's your life jackets. Or here are your life jackets. You got a typo there. Here are your life jackets.
Here.
Stan and David fell over.
Here are your. There we go.
Why do they fell over? Because it's not something that is funny or maybe stupid, and then it's like anime fell over.
It's like, wait a second.
And
Let me
then
get
they
this
crawl
straight.
in-
Let me get this straight, Lance. You had us climb a mountain, down a straight cliff, with handcuffs, without any climbing equipment, and then you give us life jackets when we're going down a river? Pick a damn... What?
You can ask Little You, why did you write something like that?
It's just like, why would I write something like that? Why would it be like, oh, okay, well, he's gonna let them climb a mountain, which is very dangerous without climbing gear and safety equipment, but they'll just give them life jackets.
Are you okay?
Oh, for crying out loud, Moofy, what are you doing? I'm gonna see if I can share this on the stream.
Sorry guys, his cat is being very adorable.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can share this on the screen. Moofy! There he is. Moofy? Okay. It's on the stream. He's behind my computer monitor. Okay, he's leaving now. It's like... You silly cat! What are you doing? Anyway. He went behind my computer monitor, and then he didn't know where to go, so he eventually managed to jump down. It's a silly cat.
By the way, your cat doesn't bite the wires, right? Because I heard there are lots of cats who do that.
So, like, if I see him biting wires, I'm like, no, stop it. Let's see.
And he would listen. What a good boy he is.
Okay.
Right, here are your life jackets. Both Dan and then David fell over and then they crawl into the raft. Is it all onto the raft or into the raft? I don't get it.
Wait.
And then
they crawled into the raft. Or onto the raft? Or whatever.
I don't. Tsunami, I know this sounds weird, but it's your job to keep us from reaching the monster. Tsunami smiled and not as his chance to have fun with Dan. Tsunami is like, finally, I can finally accept my revenge on you doing all the bullshit tricks.
Yeah.
I forgot, what was Tsunami again? Was he a seahorse?
Yeah, he was a Seadra.
Okay, yep, right. Oh boy, we are in trouble. Then Cast-Off and Tsunami began shooting water at them, soaking them both. You sit in the back. Are they still chained? Because it feels like they might be. Can you imagine if they are still chained?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Moofy, go get your food. Go get your food, baby. Come on. It's food time. Alright, there we go. Just had to let my cat go get the food. Okay, Carrie, you can continue reading now.
Okay, you sit facing the back. That way you can warn me. I think they're gonna attack. Yeah, warn me when it tries to attack. Good idea. Dan turns around and puts his paddle in the water. As they start moving, in a couple of seconds, the rapids begin. The little raft was tossed around, and if that wasn't bad enough, they were getting a not so happy Kingdra on their way firing water. Dan, you can stop warning me anytime now. He's too fast to predict. I think that you got a typo. Too fast to predict.
Yeah.
He's too fast to predict. I would never know that I trained him this well. Can't you be lousier? Tsunami fires an ice beam, freezing the raft in its place. Hurry! We have to break the ice. How? Use your oar! They both took their oars and began cracking the ice until the rafts had been free. How strong are they? They're using their paddles to break the ice.
It's like that. Those must be some pretty durable paddles.
Once Tsunami saw the raft was free, it got ready to freeze it again. Oh no, you don't! Dan exclaimed, grabbing a rock from the water and jamming it into Tsunami's nozzle. Jesus, that was your guy!
Yeah, that's your guy. There's so much Pokemon cruelty in this story. My gosh.
I think the Tsunami part is like that. Oh, you were on. Nice move. Thanks, but that won't stop him from long. Paddle! Trainer paddled down the river as far as they could. They could try keeping the water Pokemon as far away, but it was no use. It was too fast. He's right behind us. Adrenaline for Tsunami. Tsunami was like, "Oh, you are on!" And they're like, "Oh god, we need a bigger raft." Dude, the only thing I have is my order. I got it. Put his oar. I think they got a typo with the oar. Put his oar under Tsunami and put it up like a lever, sending Tsunami into the air like a pancake. I think that you got a typo with put his oar.
Let's see.
Dan put his oar.
Oh yeah.
Or like a pancake and putting him in the raft. Tsunami got ready to use the water gun again and then move out of the way. The water gun pushed the raft further. Hey, not a bad idea. Dan held Tsunami in place, making it use water again, sending them down the river faster. Big rapid coming up, and David fell over, hitting his head on a rock. Oh, sheesh. Dan let go and jumped into the water after him. He grabbed David's hand and curled and pulled them back to the raft. Tsunami was still in it and then pulled off the raft as Tsunami fell off. Dan laid David down and started paddling again. Tsunami gained speed and swam after them. It started shooting water again, but then dug under it. Dan coming up to the bridge and realized that they were at the end of the course.
Okay, guess it's my turn now. Huh. Well done, Dan. You've done great, Lance congratulated. Dragonite, bring the raft ashore. After Dan called back Tsunami, they returned to the cabin where Lance bandaged Dan's head. You're quite lucky you didn't get seriously injured. Well, I would have blamed you, Lance! This is all your fault, Lance. Let's see.
Later on, Officer Jenny goes to arrest this guy because of child abuse.
Yeah, it's like, Lance, I blame you. This feel, I think it's supposed to be feels serious. David replied, rubbing his wounded head. Lance, is there a phone around here? Okay, I like to think they're like, Lance, is there a phone so we can call authorities on you? Because I don't think we're safe around you. I think we're gonna die. I'm afraid not, Dan. You're stuck with me.
That sucks.
You see, this is my private training island, and I will make you suffer. I think this is supposed to be where I come to get away from it all, you know, and torture kids. Oh man, bosses, how the protagonist beaten? Ay ay. Oh, how many bosses have the protagonist? Hey, Dan. I was about to call you Dan. Jack is in the live stream now. Hey, Jack. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. But yeah. Now, let's see. I'm afraid not, Dan. This is my private training island, where I come to get away from it all. Now, we must go on with your training. Okay. Moving on. But seriously, Jack, you missed a lot of it. Lance is a psycho. He's making Dan and David do insane training. There's like, they're climbing up cliffs handcuffed. They're assaulting Gyarados for a fight without Pokemon. They're going down a river with a Pokemon attacking them. He's insane, I tell you. Insane! Let's see. Okay, so continuing on.
You are crazy. But not as crazy as Lance in this one.
Let's see. Jack had been walking through the forest for hours. He couldn't find a way out. This is madness. I feel like there should be a comment there.
Madness. Lance!
This is madness. I've been stuck in this dumb natural maze forever. Just outside the forest, the fire dogs were staring at the forest and realizing the big job they had ahead of them. Burn him out! A voice ordered. They ran into the forest, burning everything they saw. You know, that's a good point. That like fire Pokemon there would be so many forests obliterated because of fire Pokemon in that universe. They could just they could be doing it by accident. They could just be sleeping and they snore and oh, there comes the flamethrower. Fire! The forest's on fire now. But yeah, fire Pokemon so dangerous. My gosh. Let's see. Oh no, if that fire continues, lots of Pokemon will get hurt. I have to do something. I know, Tank Turtle can help. Tank Turtle appeared, but it was still hurt from its previous battle. Hopeful, heal Tank Turtle so he can put out the fire. Hopeful reached in for its egg to heal it, but something was running up to Jack. It was the smaller fire dog. It jumped onto him and could have burnt him if it not for the Hopeful pushing it off. The second fire dog appeared, and they both joined up against Hopeful, burning her badly. Hopeful, you have to fight back! Hopeful looked in her pouch and saw that her egg had been destroyed. She started crying, and the two dogs launched at her. Then Hopeful looked angry. It's like, you will pay! You broke my egg. I will make you pay!
Oh god.
Let's see. Hopeful looked angry and broke out in rage, hitting them with every attack she possessed. Finish them off, Hopeful! Hopeful started glowing, and it got bigger. Now it had curly hair and a skirt. What happened? Okay, so interesting fact here. I highly doubt I knew how you evolve. Let me double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's just friendship. How to evolve Chansey. Bit of love. Chansey evolves as higher. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So here's the funny thing is, I didn't know how Chansey would evolve into Blissey, because this is before the games came out. But it actually makes total sense, because Chansey evolves into Blissey with a high friendship rating. And so we could
have friendship.
We could just say that her friendship reaches high enough for her to evolve into Blissey. It does raise the question of why Chansey never evolved into Blissey in the first game, though.
Why did it... Wait, why is it friendship? I'm confused. Is it because of like, hey dude, you're doing a good job. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's go to chill up. And then, well, what happened to you?
Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see.
What happened to you? I don't know, but I just got a new form. Pretty cool, right?
This is good. What happened? Happiness, Chansey's evolved form. That's not its name! This is not its name! It's supposed to be...
That's his Japanese name. Japanese name.
This because we didn't have the official English name for it at the time. So yeah, it's actually supposed to be Blissey. Blissey, comma.
I think that you're going to change everything, right? You're going to change everything from happiness to Chansey.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Blissey, Chansey's evolved form. It loves healing hurt Pokemon with its egg. Well, the Pokedex actually has information on it, which it did not for Kingdra. Hopeful's egg was now restored, and she healed Tank Turtle and mended his cracked shell.
How is she going to heal? Like, is she going to just crack the egg on the Pokemon and then heal it? and then it heals the egg and then do it again? Like that?
Just like, here you go. Have some healing eggs. Tank Turtle. Hopeful. Hydro Pump and Bubble Beam. Jack's Pokemon, yeah, apparently those are moves that Blissey can learn. Hydro Pump and Bubble Beam, who would have thought? Jack's Pokemon attacked. Oh, wait, no, okay. It's Hydro Pump from Tank Turtle and Bubble Beam from Hopeful. Okay. Takes Jack's Pokemon attack with water, and the dogs were overcome. Ugh, I wonder what they are. Houndour. To corner prey, okay, so now the Pokedex. So before in the story, we're like, oh, these dark Pokemon, we have never even heard of them before. They're completely new creatures. They're a mystery. And now all of a sudden the Pokedex is like, oh, it's Houndour and Houndoom. That there are these fire Pokemon. It's like, how do you know this? We were trying to establish early in the story that these Pokemon were new, that no one had discovered them yet.
Maybe you will think that some guy has updated the database and then they updated it over a few hours or something, or maybe 8 hours or something, and it has been 8 hours since that passed, and then they finally can get it checked up or something because like technology.
It's an update. It's an online update. Houndour. To corner their prey, they check each other's location using barks that only they can understand. Houndoom. Upon its eerie howls, other Pokemon get the shivers and head straight back to their nest. Let's see. The canines are worthless. You canines are worthless. Come back now. Freaking damn fire type weakness. Let's see. A vortex sucked the dogs in it, and as they howled. I'm gonna say, as they howled. I think that sounds better. Not capital S. What are you doing? It seems I underestimated you, but I'm not finished yet. One more of your friends is behind you, and she'd like to do something to you. Jack looked over her shoulder. Barbara was standing there.
Barb, are you alright? She put her hands, put up her arms, and Jack was thrown down the hill. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. I gave her your powers and she's under my control. Barbara appeared behind him. Listen to me. He's using you, Barbara. You have to fight him. Barbara didn't answer and threw a psychic energy ball at him. Jack moved out of his way and got behind a tree. I'm gonna fight her. Pokemon won't stand a chance. And she's my girlfriend. Not even cracking an egg on her yet?
It's like crack an egg on her. Just crack an egg on her.
I was like, can you remove the debuff? I would try like that. If I can get a more powerful psychic to, I can get a more powerful psychic to make her change back like Mewtwo, but I don't know where he is or how to contact him. Maybe he was just like, somebody is calling me. You know, fly all the way. I went to try through. Maybe he can. Maybe he can hear my thoughts. Wow! I actually actually predicted it. Maybe he can hear my thoughts. I think that you got a typo there.
Yeah.
You got a typo there. So I would try to make. Maybe he can hear my thoughts.
Yeah, I fixed it.
No, you forgot he. You forgot he.
Oh, maybe. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, there we go.
Jack concentrated and struggled to send Mewtwo a message. Mewtwo, help me! It's Jack. Mewtwo was thousands of miles away, but he can sense something. I couldn't believe, but I actually predicted it.
You actually predicted where the story was going. Good job.
Strange. I have a feeling that I'm needed. Yes, I'm needed. I know where. Mewtwo flew out at lightning speed. Jack was still trying to talk to Barbara. You have to stop this, Barbara. Finish him now. Shaden ordered. Barbara made a ball between her hands and hurried at Jack. He shut his eyes, expecting pain, but nothing came. He opened his eyes and saw that Mewtwo had blocked the attack with his barrier. Mewtwo! So you're the one who called me, eh? That's Barbara. She's my friend until that sorcerer took control of her and you have to do something. I'll try. Barbara threw another psychic attack at Mewtwo, but he blocked it again. Enough of this! That Pokemon is psychic, so use a dark attack. Doc, what? Jack asked. This time Barbara brought out a blackboard and using it on Mewtwo. This broke through his shield and sent him out of commission. What can I do now?
Oh gosh,
Maybe
Mewtwo's a little bitch. What the heck?
What can I do now? Maybe Barbara saw something in the past. She would be herself again. Jack pulled out his wallet and removed a photograph from it. Barbara! He said, throwing it in front of her. It was a picture of Jack and their families. Jack, don't believe that picture. He's lying to you. No, you are here. A dark shadow emerged from Barbara and she fainted. Oh well, that human is no longer useful to me, but I think I will take that Mewtwo creature. A vortex opened the ground and Mewtwo is slowly being sucked towards it. Oh no, you don't! Jack exclaimed, grabbing Mewtwo. The vortex doesn't stop and Jack pulled with all his might. If I had my powers, I can do this. Psychic powers, return to me!
Wait,
what?
Is this seriously gonna work?
What? Seriously?
Oh my gosh, he just had to ask for them back? Seriously?
A glowing gold ball left Barbara and entered Jack. He felt all his powers back to him, and he pulled Mewtwo away easily. Bless you! This is not over yet. The vortex closed, and Jack went over to Barbara. Hey, Barbs, wake up! Slowly, she opened her eyes. You forgot her. You forgot eyes.
Wait.
Slowly, she opened her.
Hold on. She opened her. Yeah, eyes. It's supposed to be eyes. There we go.
Are you hurt? No, not really. She answered weakly. We have to get out of this forest and find the others. Use one of my flying Pokemon. If we use Aerodactyl, we can get there fast. Here. He replied, handing Aerodactyl's ball to Jack. He released it, but it was far from tame and it screeched. That's it! He grabbed Aerodactyl with his powers and started shouting at it. I have had it with your bad attitude. Now listen up. From now, you are going to do everything you are told. You understand? Aerodactyl shook his head and trembled. Jack carried Barbara and Mewtwo onto Aerodactyl's back, and they took off to find civilization.
It's like, this actually reminds me of a scene in Rescuers Down Under, where like basically the main character Bernard is like, he finds a snake and he's like, I gotta find a creature. He's basically like, I have to catch up with them. I have to find a creature that can take me. So he gets on a snake, punches in the face. He's like, all right, now listen up. You're gonna do exactly what I want. There's not gonna be any trouble. You got it. And the snake's like, okay. That's basically what Jack just did to the Aerodactyl. How could my forces have been beaten by a mere human? Well, dude, I gotta be honest, you're kind of incompetent.
You should be doing everything by yourself instead of asking them to do so.
Yeah, he's like, I'll send out these guys, and they failed me. Shit. I'll destroy him later. But now I must locate the others. He caused this problem for himself. All he had to do was wipe him out at the beginning, but then we wouldn't have a story. Shaden called for his window, and a picture of Cassian Legend appeared. Well, look at this. That girl and dragon are all done in the Arctic. They could die without my interference. But I think they could use a little company. Sneasel! The gremlin-like Pokemon appeared. See that girl and dragon? I want you to find and destroy them! The Pokemon chuckled and disappeared. And then we go back to the torment of Lance, the torture that Lance is doing on these poor trainers.
Guys.
Lance had taken Dan and David. It's like, I thought Dan was bad for abusing like Emily and her brother, but at least they're like, okay, they kind of started liking doing that work and they got into it. But this is like, Lance, what are you doing? Lance had taken Dan and David to climb a mountain. He also brought Dan's Articuno. Their ears began popping as Lance was telling them what to do. We're almost there. This is stages. Okay. We're almost there now. Ugh. Once we get to the top, I want you to... Dan yawned loudly. Am I boring you, Dan? No, of course not. My ears are just popping. Well, then, as I was saying, you will. Dan yawned louder than David yawned louder than Dan. I wish you would stop that! Sorry! They were now at the top, and before them on a platform were two hang gliders. Okay, this is like a whole new level of madness right here. um, this is two hang gliders. Lance, you're not expecting us to use those, are you? Why not? Going down a river is one thing, but this is suicide! David exclaimed. Actually, I'm going to correct you, David. I think climbing down that mountain handcuffed was suicide. That was insane. Lance is a madman. Yes, besides, we wouldn't want to break your only two hang gliders. Lance pulled the mountain wall open, revealing dozens of gliders. Oh, good grief. Why does he have so many hang gliders? Now, see those mountains over there? You will have to use these to get to them. But Icewing's objective is to stop you. Oh gosh, he wants us to die. Jack's like, is this Mad Max Pokemon? Decide.
But are you going to watch Mad Max soon? Anyway, like the new movie or something? I don't know.
I mean, maybe. You know, honestly, I've only watched Fury Road. I should go back and watch the older ones too. Anyway, mountain will open. It does there's mountains over there. Icewing's objective is to stop you. Now, don't worry. If you start to crash, one of my Dragonites will fly nearby to save you. Oh, come on, Lance. This is still incredibly dangerous. Great. Dan said, relieved a little. But if that happens, you'll have to start over. Like, this man is insane! Drat, David muttered. Now, these are easy to operate. Just pull the right cord to go up at left and the left cord to go right. Oh, very simple, Dan remarked. Here are your helmets. This guy's crazy. I'm sorry, but I wrote Lance to be a madman. They both put on their helmets and pushed off on their gliders. The wind caught them and they soared higher and higher. I was like, I don't think that's how... Whatever. Lance motioned Icewing and it flapped after them, shooting ice beams. Icewing at 2 o'clock, Dan warned. Both of them zigzagged to avoid the ice attack. This is crazy. This is the craziest thing so far. And the other challenges were already crazy. It's hard to dodge him. I wish we had mirrors like on cars. Hold on a sec. I do have a mirror. David reached into his back pocket and pulled out a small mirror. I love it how he's like, I wish we had mirrors. Wait, I do have a mirror. I was like, well, why did we... Whatever. Dan, I'll be your back eyes. I'll be like eyes in the back of your head or whatever. That sounds weird. And warn you when Icewing gets close. Icewing's body began glowing and looked like it was on fire. Dan, it's going to use Sky Attack. Let's just let it try. Icewing attacked at the speed of a bullet. That's okay. Well, that's way too fast for them to do anything about. A bullet moves at a crazy speed. Holy shit. And began closing in on them. Now, if it was the speed of a bullet, it would already be there. I don't think my past self knows how fast bullets move. Anyway. Now go left! They pulled their cords and Icewing swooped past them. I got an idea. Stay close to me and get ready to pick me up. What? Dan tore a piece of his shirt off and got closer to Icewing. Okay? I don't know where this is going. Okay, Carrie, it's your turn.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh, computer, come on. Okay. Once it was close enough, then jump onto the bird and blindfolded. Icewing panicked and shook Dan off, sending him falling closer and closer to the ground. Dan began to think he is done for, but the last second, David caught him in his glider. Who's stunned? Hurry, I have to get to the mountain before Icewing gets the blindfold off. You just have to look back and tell me it's near. Dan turned and looked around and he saw that Icewing was closing in and it looked a little mad too. Here it comes! Do something! Dan looked down and thought, get closer to the ground. I don't know what you were thinking, but here goes nothing. David pulled on the cords and at the same time the glider lost altitude. Dan put his hands on the ground and grabbed a pile of dirt. Good. Ice Wing's getting close. Good. Ice Wing's Sky attack again, but it looked like it would hit this time. There you go. Dan said, throwing dirt in his eyes. The bird squawked, and then David cheered. We are here, Dan. We made it to the mountain. Slowly, he brought the glider down. Excellent. You are great. Lance commented.
Commanded.
Come back now. Come on back now, and we will have lunch. It's just lunch. I thought it was a whole day.
It's like I think I'm losing track of time here. Also, could we just I'm assuming that I'm guessing that it's okay to be at the foot of the mountain. I'm assuming that counts due to the fact that they would have lost so much altitude at that point that there is no way that glider made for gliding, not flying, would be able to get back up. So it must be, oh, you made it to the base of the mountain. You completed the challenge. I'm like, this story's weird.
Well, you were the one who writes it.
Yeah. That's a weird long space. You know what? Can I just hold on? Let me fix something here. Can I just do this? Can I just do this?
Yes, you can.
Boop. There we go.
Yes, we just need to win this race.
Wait, what? Hold on. What happened? I think we lost a chunk of the story here.
Holy crud. Do you think that it was written in white letters or something? Is there any letters around here that is in white or not really?
Hold on. There's no letters here. We just lost a chunk of the story, it looks like.
Oh, that suck.
Oh boy, that does suck.
And so they have lunch. We're just going to make an intermission at here. Yeah.
Oh, this sucks. Wait a second. I got an idea. Let's, okay, what page is this? 21? Alright, let's go here. Alright, I opened up an additional document. Okay, 21. Let's see. Hold on. No, it's gone. Part of the story has been lost forever.
Oh.
That sucks. That really does suck. Ugh.
That suck.
Yeah, I don't think I have this any... Wait a second, I'm curious about something. Let me just check something.
Yeah?
I need a dang folder open, please. There we go. Okay, let's go over to OneDrive, Documents. No, nothing there. Pictures. Let me just check. I'm just curious if I have any more copies of this story. Let's go G Drive. It's like a few places I could think to look. Go to Drive. my drive. No. Damn it. Okay, one more place to look then. That sucks. I don't even know how much of the story we just lost. I mean, okay, thankfully most of the story appears to be here, but yeah, I just want to go to open a folder. Open a folder. There we go. Okay, let's go to this PC. Videos, Windows apps, programs, documents. Damn it. I got like 2 more places I can look and then I'm going to have to give up.
Oof.
Pad type.
Or maybe we can just go in after they have lunch. There was raining.
Wait, this is the mouse. Damn it. I can live without that for a second. All right. Okay, let me just check one thing. All right. Sorry for the wait, guys. Just trying to figure out if I can find this lost part of the story. Yeah, I don't think it's there either. Man, this sucks. Okay, last place I can check. Ugh. All right. Checking the last place, which would be over here.
Yeah. What is happening?
I'm just trying to get this one folder open to see if it's here. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Okay, so be in here. Fucking photos. All right, and I'm checking one more spot, and then I'll have to give up, which this really makes me sad. Documents. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me plug my microphone back in. Well, this sucks. Guess I'm gonna have to fill it in from memory.
So okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go get lunch. Okay, I need to hold on. I'm just seeing what happens after this. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any other large gaps that got deleted. I don't think there are, thankfully. Yeah, that's the end of the story right there. Okay. All right. Thankfully, it looks like that was the only thing that got deleted. Thank goodness. But yeah, I think I can figure out what happened here. Okay, so right here, for the most part, it's basically just Cassie. Oh, it doesn't need to be in that color. I don't know why I changed that color. Changed it to black. Okay. What the? Cassie. Why is it still in red? Weird. The font color should be black, please. There we go. Okay, so Cassie finds a friendly delibird, which is trying to help her find help for her and Legend, who are in the Arctic, and lands tasks Dan and David to complete a race with their Pokemon. That's seriously all I remember that happens in between this and that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I must have accidentally deleted this when I was reading it earlier. That sucks. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, Carrie, you still with me? Sorry about that.
Yeah, did you get it up?
Yeah, so like I said,
So what happened then?
the only thing I can think of is that Cassie finds a friendly delibird, which is trying to help her uh, get basically get her and Legend out of danger because they're like in the Arctic area or something. And then Lance tasks Danny and David to complete a race with their Pokemon. That's all I remember.
Okay.
Okay, so continuing from here.
Yeah. What is range? Just range. Yes, just what we need to win this place. Yeah. Yes, just we need to win
Dan,
the race.
yes, just
what we need.
What we need. There we go. Okay.
Dan, you didn't sound sarcastic. I wasn't supposed to. The rain will slow Thunderjet down. It will slow us down too. No, it won't. I know Thunderjet, and he is a speed demon. He will never go slow. He always moves. He always moves. He never goes slow, and he always moves fast, and he will slip up in the mud. The rain came down fast and made the ground muddy and slippery, just as Dan predicted. Thunderjet had just gotten the flag and was returning when it began to falling over itself. Dan and David ran past it towards to find a dirty brown Jolteon tumbling over. Dan grabbed the flag and walked off, but Thunderjet wasn't going to be beaten that easily, and lightning fell from the sky. It's just lightning attack! Dan and David started running from the attack, but they fell on their faces. It was what Thunderjet hoped for, and it took the flag away and walked up. Why, that little punk? He wanted us to run. Yeah, but we better go after him. They walked after Thunderjet, who was also walking through the mud. Lance was surveying the race from a distance. This is the slowest race I've ever seen. David walked beside Thunderjet in chance to take the flag, but got zapped back. Dan grabbed a pile of dirt and poured it at Thunderjet. Then he grabbed the flag and made it to the finish. Use nature to help you isn't always reliable, but I will pass this time. What do you mean, Lance? That is dangerous. You shouldn't be running in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's like running in a thunderstorm. Like, what the... Like, this man is so...
2 days ago, I think
Go
He's
ahead.
so mean. By the way, I think that there was a storm a while ago, and there were two guys walking, and they got hit by lightning while holding an umbrella. They are fine though.
Oh wow.
So we won? Yeah, now get your jockey on the wash off. Furniture was covered with mud. Yeah, sorry about that. Delibird and had flown Cassie Mouse and was panting. This is bad. It's still cold, and no matter, and we are nowhere near civilization. Go down, I got an idea. The penguin landed on its back and with Delibird, and the penguin really with Delibird, and they went and they rolled off, but the toros didn't make it very far. Is there a typo with they rolled off or they?
Hold on, what was it? I hope you can get me far, Taros. And it jumped on its back and delivered. Yeah, it's supposed to be rode off. There we go.
Legend, you have to fly. It's our only way to get out of here. Legend's wings felt frozen and it shivered, but somehow it felt strange. A strange strain growing inside itself. It grabbed Cassie and Delibird and flew as fast as it could go. In less than an hour, they were in a much warmer place. We made it out, Legend. Now we will have no problem getting back.
Okay, so I don't know where this came from. I'm assuming that this is implying that Legend and Dan have some type of connection, and because Dan is getting stronger from the training, it's like transferring energy to it's a weird concept, gotta say. It's like, okay, this is ridiculous. Even Shaden agrees. He's like, this story is getting ridiculous. Who's writing this thing? This is ridiculous, Shaden exclaimed. How could one of the most powerful beings alive be beaten by a small band of humans? Dark window, show me where most of those trainers are hiding. The dark window showed him a picture of Josh and Beth in the city. I want no more defeats. I want no more defeats. This time, I will send my flock of Murkrows. Oh yes, Murkrows, the most effective of dark Pokemon. Birds of Darkness, come to me. Okay, Birds of Darkness is a badass nickname for badass. What's the? I don't know. It's just a badass thing to call Murkrow. Gotta say, Birds of Darkness, destroy them both. The Murkrows squawked and flew out of Shaden's castle. I won't underestimate my opponents this time. That's how I was beaten before. But this time, the world will be under my control. Once I have gathered enough hatred from these humans, I will be able to make this the big dark dome. I like how he just says the big dark dome. It just sounds silly to me. Well, you know, it's kind of a big dark dome. Which will turn anything that is inside it evil. Oh, that's writing. And they will obey my will.
Evil.
This is like too much for me. Anyway, in 3 days, I should have enough power. Then even those trainers and their Pokemon will be my slaves. I think that's supposed to be and. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to be at last. Okay, at last. Darkness will reign over light. It's like this is a Kingdom Hearts plot. Actually, this is worse than a Kingdom Hearts plot. The light and the darkness and the darkness and the light. Okay. Anyway, Josh and Beth were still lost in the strange city. Well, it's the strange city, which is still a city. Still not that bad, comparatively. How will we be able to beat that guy? Beth asked. Why are you always asking me questions that I can't answer? Suddenly, they heard a loud crash from down the street. What was that? Beth asked. See what I mean? Let's find out. They ran down the street and found a great traffic accident. Dozens... let's see. I feel that a comma should be there. Dozens of cars are piled up on top of each other. Dang, that's some accident.
Yikes. Hey, this reminds me of something, but I will show you later. Yeah, you keep going. People
all around are yelling and honking. I'm just okay. You stupid driver! One man shouted. Oh, shut up! Another answered. It's that blasted Pokemon, a woman said, pointing towards the sky. Above the terrible accident was a strange, silvery creature. What in the world is that? Beth asked again. Stop it! I'll check the Pokedex. Skarmory. After this Pokemon's chicks are nestled in bramble bushes, their wings grow hard with the scratches by the thorns. This is a steel Pokemon, and steel Pokemon are strong against dark attacks. Well, at least he didn't say they're strong against dark Pokemon, because they're not. Dark attacks are not super effective against. Steel attacks are not super effective against dark Pokemon, but they are strong against dark attacks. Great, let's catch it then.
For some reason, in Dragon City, steel is weak to darkness and electricity.
Huh. Yeah.
Which is very weird.
Great. Let's catch it then, and we'll go find the others, Beth proposed. Let's see. Right, I think my Pidgeot can handle it. Pidgeot, go weaken that Skarmory so I can catch it. Pidgeot flew up to the Skarmory and attacked it, but the attacks did nothing to its armored body. Pokedex. Name Skarmory's weaknesses. Skarmory has weakness against electric and fire attacks. Well, this is kind of predicting the future. As future Pokemon games, after you fight a Pokemon, it'll just tell you what their weaknesses are. Skarmory's weakness to against electric and fire attacks.
I mean, it's useful. Like, seriously. What the...
Fire, huh? Return, Pidgeot! Now go! But before Josh could finish his phrase, the steel bird had flown away. Blast you, Skarmory! Officer Jenny shouted. That Pokemon has been causing trouble forever. Why hasn't someone stopped it? Beth asked. It always escapes before a trainer can throw a Pokeball. If we knew where its nest was, we could catch it easily. But my unit and me have searched this city from top to bottom and found nothing. That's a period. By the way, what city is this? That's a dumb question. Unova, of course. The city in Unova, of course. No, it's in New York. This is like, it's
Unova.
You can't blame me. Freaking Africa exists in the first Pokemon game. They didn't know how they were world building with different regions at this point. Jenny answered, wondering why she would ask such a strange question. Beth answered, and yet no one speaks Japanese. I guess everyone speaks English in this universe. Actually, it's true. Whenever Ash goes to a new region, no one speaks a different language. We're in America, Beth answered. Be quiet, Beth. If you go around saying that, people will find out we're here illegally. Josh whispered. Let's just find that Skarmory and get out of here. Josh and Beth searched the city for Skarmory's nest, but found nothing. I think we are missing some more of the story here, because then all of a sudden it's like, get ready to battle, Beth. I'm like, what are you talking about? How did we jump down to here? I'm just going to assume Murkrows arrive. Like, I'm filling in the gaps. I'm really hoping there's no more missing gaps here. I don't see any, like, large gaps after that. That better be the only dang large gap left. Okay. Let's see. Anyway. Murkrow arrive. Get ready to battle, Beth! Both of them clutched their Pokeballs, ready to fight. But before the Murkrow were at a close enough range to attack, a silvery figure from the sky dove down into the flock and broke them apart. It's the male Skarmory, and it looks like it's trying to keep the Murkrow away from its nest. Damn it, we missed that too! Okay, Murkrow arrive after Beth and Josh find its nest. This really pisses me off. I don't know how these spots got deleted. Josh and Beth and Josh find the Skarmory's nest. There we go. That's all that happened. It's Skarmory. Murkrow attacked as hard as they could, but just like before, none of their attacks did damage to the Skarmory. They're throwing everything they have at it, and it's not affecting it. That's the wrong word. Maybe if we can help Skarmory with our Pokemon, it'll help us. Ditto, transform into a Skarmory and fight the Murkrow. Ditto transformed and came to the aid of the Skarmory, who is losing some HP. I established that HP is an actual thing. Okay. Ditto, Steel Wing attack. One hit with Ditto's strong metal wing and the Murkrow plummeted out of the sky. The real Skarmory joined in and the remaining Murkrow fainted. They did it! Beth cheered. Ditto huffed and puffed, and it blew the house down. No, I'm just kidding. Huffed and puffed, and then it transformed back to its real form and began falling. Ditto! Josh exclaimed. Ditto felt too weak to transform itself and blacked out. It looked like Ditto would fall and hit the water and drown, but instead, Skarmory caught it on its back and flew to the top of the statue, landing near Josh and Beth. How could that Pokemon defeat my precious bird so easily? Well, first of all, they're not even evolved. Not that impressive.
Your bird is weak.
Not that impressive, Shaden. Those things are actually pretty weak. How could my Pokemon defeat my precious bird so easily? I won't allow it to ruin my plans. I must have it. Just before Shaden opened a portal beneath Skarmory in an effort to trap it, Ditto realized what was happening and flung Skarmory out of the portal path, making it take itself instead. A Pokemon that can transform into anything. It could be of great value to me. Let Ditto go, Shaden! Oh, it's your turn.
Yeah, let Ditto go, Shaden! Hold up, let me just... Oh god, what is happening? Alright. Alright, there we go. I apologize. The video clip that I want to show you is no longer exists. They are all unlisted.
Oh, that's a shame.
And I have to go into deep dive because it was actually kind of funny.
Actually, yeah.
Wait, what was the thing that? Oh yeah. I want to show you that scene in which you said everything. Like a lot of police cars being piled up together, and that happened in the Initial D collection. In the Initial D memes collection, movie edition. It was so cool, but then I cannot find the video again because the YouTuber deleted them.
Oh well.
Let it go, Shaden. If you want it so badly, why don't you come and take it from me if you can? Josh's face looked sad, and Beth patted him on the back. Together, we will defeat Shaden and free Ditto. Yes, you're right. Then Josh looked at the Skarmory? Skarmory, that man has taken my Ditto. If we don't stop him, your young ones and the whole world will be at risk. Please, I know that with your help we can win. Will you come with us? The mayor Skarmory look over its mates and chicks, and approached them. It spoke a couple of words to them, then turned around and since we're in America, we have to fly west. Josh got out of his compass and pointed from west. Skarmory and Beth got on his back, and Josh got on his picture. Together, they left the statue and set off to find others.
Like that's going to be quite
climb.
How far is America from Kanto? Or this place, this made-up island? I guess we'll never know. Let's see. Mountain climbing? David exclaimed as Lance staring at the huge mountain's peak that was touching the clouds. Yes, at the top of this mountain there is a flag that you must retrieve it. Okay, Lance, this is getting ridiculous. We already climbed a mountain. Now you're just repeating yourself. I'm with David on this one, Lance. This is too dangerous. What do you mean it's too dangerous? Have you any idea how dangerous the last several things were that Lance told you to do? Dan, you're close to completing your training. Remember, you have already flown through the sky, survived a deadly river, and beaten one of the fastest Pokemon on the planet in a race. Yeah, by cheating. Don't you think you can handle a little mountain? Little? David shouted. Okay, Lance. I'll go and get the flag. I guess I'll go too. David seconded. I don't say that they're saying this like with aggravation, but they are. They totally are. Anyway,
All right.
I guess I'll
What's
do.
hold up. Okay, I guess I would go too. Mountain climbing, seriously. Yes, the top of the mountain there's a flag. How many times are you doing flag catching?
Seriously,
Lance.
Lance, stop it! You're out of control. You need to be stopped.
You are nuts.
He's crazy. He's a madman, I tell you.
Okay. Hold on. You are close to completing your training. Remember, you have already flown through the sky, survived a deadly river, and beaten one of the fastest Pokemon on the planet in a race. That was because it was raining!
That was because it was raining, it was muddy, and Jolteon couldn't move properly, you idiot.
Don't you think you can handle a little mountain? Little? David shouted. Okay, Lance, I will go and get the flag. Rocky, it will be up to you to try to bring the flag back before them. David and Dan put on their mountain climbing gear. Hey, you remember? Have them put that on.
Wait, hold the phone here. They had mountain climbing gear this whole time? He asked them to climb a mountain and then go down a sheer cliff, and now he gives them the mountain climbing gear? What the heck, Lance? Ugh.
Yeah, it was it's crazy.
Anyway.
Like, what the heck, dude? I thought that they don't even have anything like that anymore.
Okay, Carrie, you go ahead.
Yep, okay. Oh dear God, did they actually oh, what happened? This video is no longer available anymore. What the heck, dude? I want to watch that so bad. I want to show you that because it was
I've
so
been
funny.
there. I've definitely been there when I want to watch a video, and yeah.
Why did he do this? Why did he do this to us? What did we do?
Ugh. Anyway, continue.
All right, there we go. Let's see. We got Rocky jumped on the mountainside and climbed by digging his claws in and pulling itself up. Then slammed one pin at a time, and he and David slowly went higher. Rocky is moving fast, but they were still close to the bottom. It's no use, Dan. We aren't strong enough. No, it's not that, David. We are just not inspired to do this. Think of the others. How this training will help us to, as well as help them as well as us. No, it doesn't help them.
It does not help them at all. I think you're deluding yourself there, Dan.
Maybe because Lance is finally making them go insane. Oh,
this is Pokemon. This is Pokemon, not Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball, you probably just look at them and say, I want to train. Yeah, I want to train too. Yeah, I want to train too. I want to train too. Like that. And then everyone becomes inspired.
Yeah.
I am now, and I'm going to, I'm now, and I'm going to, I'm new, and I'm going to beat Rocky. I think that is going to
it's like, basically, he's got the motivation or whatever he's trying to say. Anyway.
Dan began moving faster, and David followed him up the rocket wall. Dan looked up and couldn't believe the rate of speed in which Rocky is moving up the mountain. David, unless we do something fast, we're going to lose. I can't go any faster. Let's just do this carefully. Maybe Rocky will do something stupid and lose time. You're right. Let's just do it at our own pace. So they climbed up carefully and came upon a ledge and where they could rest. They were both tired and sweaty. I can't go any further. Are you sure? Yes. He looks frustrated and slammed the floor with his hand. But as he does this, a rock fell from the wall and near him. He looked over, went over and hit the wall, moving, making more fall over and revealing a small space between the rock. Dan looked up and saw that it went all the way up to the top. Hey, check this out, David, check this out. David walked over and see what was exciting Dan so much. Do you see we can climb up to the top this way?
So
I don't know, it looks high. Maybe.
So it's like Emperor's New Groove, where they're like pushing against each other's back in like this crevice and walking up the wall. Okay. I think this will be the last page, and then we'll take a break until next time. Maybe, but it's the only way we can beat Rocky to the flag. Come on. Go get the equipment and we'll try it. David still thought it was risky, but he did as Dan told him, and they began their climb up the narrow space. About halfway there, David's strength began giving out. I just can't take any more. Sorry. David put his hand against the wall and it began to crack. David, look out! Then the stone wall broke and David fell through. Quickly, Dan climbed down to find David hanging on to a slipping rock over a pit of molten lava. They're climbing a volcano? Dan! I mean, Lance, what are you doing?
What, Donor?
Lance, you've lost your mind. You've clearly lost your mind. He immediately grabbed David's hand and pulled him up. Lance never said anything about hot lava pits! Look, Dan pointed to her.
I told you, Lance is an ass.
Lance is an asshole. Dan pointed to a red flag flapping at the mouth of the volcano. We have to get up there. Something else was with the flag. It was Rocky trying to grab it. And just as it got close enough, the flag fell onto a cliff closer to the burning rock. Rocky wasn't going to give in that easily, however, and it began climbing down in hopes of reaching it first. Dan noticed a narrow trail around the flag. Let's go! This isn't safe! None of this is safe! None of this is safe, David! Really? Dan sighed. Without David, Dan moved around the lava pool, but he was too late and to get the flag because Rocky had already grabbed it and was now climbing back out of the crater to escape. After seeing it done, David followed Dan's actions and met him on the other side. Well, I guess we lost this time, but it's not like we're gonna die, Dan joked. The lava began bubbling, and the whole crater began to shake. Oh no! David questions himself. We have to get out of here now! They both stuck their spikes into the wall and climbed like their lives depended on it. Which they did. Yeah, that was kind of unnecessary. Slowly, the lava began rising. And this is a long-ass paragraph. Look at this thing. Jeez. Began rising and they lost hope of surviving. But they didn't give up and began climbing faster and faster and burst out. Even though they ran
You reached the top in time to see Rocky roll down the hill and the lava burst out. Even though they ran as fast as they could. Yeah, you missed the last sentence because this is a big paragraph.
This is a huge paragraph. Rocky rolled down the hill and the lava burst out. Even though they ran as fast as they could, the lava moved swiftly after them down the mountain. It was freaking lava. Okay. Anyway. Way in front of them, Rocky continued rolling, but he hit a tree, sending it into the air and landing headfirst in the ground, unable to free itself. Dan and David came to a cliff with a straight drop, and the lava was getting closer. Now it was only feet away, but instead of they'd be dead. If this is a real lava, they'd be dead. But instead of getting to them, it went into a crack in the cliff. Detaching it, sending them both falling to... Oh, okay. With a chunk of rock over the edge. Both of them grabbed the rock and braced themselves for the worst. However, the fall was cushioned by a patch of trees that
is still very painful, though, because of the branches. It's like
the pain! But now they were sliding down the volcano with a trail of lava on their on their trails, whatever, that now look like a red wave. They were near the bottom now, and it looked like they'd make it, but one obstacle was left. Rocky was still in the ground, and when they smashed into it, the rock sled broke in half, separating Dan and David. Man, this is really getting weird. Rocky had landed on David's side, and he struggled to keep the flag, but he fell over with David on top of him, and they rolled down the hill. Oh, David's crushed. He's rolling down the hill with Gollum. Yeah, David's crushed. David is definitely crushed. Anyway, David's side, and they struggled to keep the flag. David on top of him. They rolled down the hill. Dan had met Lance, and they were waiting for them. In the distance, Dan could see them tumbling down with the red flag in David's hands. Yeah, David's crushed a billion times over if he's tumbling with Gollum. He's dead. At the bottom,
feel bad for him. Seriously, what the heck?
At the bottom, David fell off Rocky with the flag. The lava wave was about to land on them, but ice beams came from Lance's Dragonites, and Ice Wings stopped it completely. Excellent. One more challenge. There's another challenge! Oh my god. Lance, enough is enough! We've survived gliding through the sky with Articuno firing at us, going down a raging river with water getting launched at us. We've survived chasing Gollum up a volcano with lava chasing us. One more challenge in your
later on, Dan and Lance got captured and put into prison for at least 5 years. Well, Lance maybe for 10.
For all the crimes they did, yeah. Excellent. One more challenge and your training will be complete. Dan, David, and Rocky looked at each other and fell over. Yeah, that's the appropriate reaction. Actually, the appropriate reaction should be calling the police, but there's no phone! Wait, there's chapters? There's chapter titles? Since when have there been chapter titles?
What?
Oh. I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm done for today. Anyway, let's leave a good old mark here so we know where to pick up and... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Lance is wearing me out. So lesson learned. Never get training from Lance. He's a psycho. Holy shit. This makes what Dan did to Emily and her family look like nothing. Really.
Yeah.
And okay. Also,
let me begin then.
No, it's okay. We're gonna stop reading for today.
Okay.
Yeah, we've read enough, I think.
I can't believe we actually got those. What the heck, dude?
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Like, I can't believe we lost chunks of the story. Hope that didn't happen to anything else.
It should be fine. There should be nothing.
Anyway. Okay, well, that's it for this live stream. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this thing. This one is one hell of a chapter, isn't it? No, actually, a session, isn't it?
This is one hell of a session. Lance is insane! Lance is insane!
He's nuts!
Okay, see you next time. What the? Where's this mouse not working? Oh, right. Okay, stop that streaming.